That moment like when you got to see your jersey and it all happened the first time?
A surreal moment, a moment that I've been dreaming of my whole life. Just a dream come true, honestly. And for me to be next to the two vets that I'm next to learn from them, I feel like that's a great place to be.
Who are they?
Minka Fitzpatrick and Andre Cisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is this weekend like, trying to get a crash course on everything?
Yeah, it's just basically learning, knowing the ins and outs of things, how coaches work, the verbiage of the coverage and the schemes. Just basically just a base for it, and just learning, honestly.
Before draft night, had you heard about, comparison to Aaron Glenn?
I have before draft night. I believe I was seeing videos of them comparing me, but like I said, I'm my own person, and I'm just trying to make a name for myself.
And you hadn't talked to him that much in the pre-draft process. What's it been like getting known now that you're in the building?
Yeah, honestly, it's been great. I think on draft night I had watched more tape of him, just seeing the comparisons. I definitely had to go watch some more tape on it, but it's been great, though.
What did you see on the tape?
He does play similar to me. We have some similar traits, obviously, but yeah, he was a great player when he played.
So you weren't insulted when you went to watch the tape? You weren't like, you know what they're doing?
Nah, not at all, not at all.
How much do you embrace just wanting to prove people wrong? Obviously, you're a smaller guy too, a smaller corner too. Just how much do you just embrace that role?
Yeah, I've been proving people wrong my whole life. Like you said, I embrace it, but at this point, I feel like I'm just proving myself right. And in that process, I'm proving them wrong because they didn't expect me to do it. So I'm just dedicated to the process, and like I said, I'm just proving them wrong in the process.
Do you prefer inside or outside?
I don't really have a preference. Wherever the defense needs me, I can play there. I got the ability to play both, and wherever they put me in, I'm gonna be there.
How much did your high school career prepare you for this? I mean, you went up against good guys every day in practice, right?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like playing at Chaminade Madonna against high caliber players kind of prepared me for college, and then obviously college to the NFL. So I felt like it definitely made me who I am. It was iron sharpening iron every day, and it definitely made me better.
Speaking of that, Chaminade Madonna, Geno Smith, you're on going with this, right? Geno Smith's related to Jeremiah Smith, right?
Yeah.
Did you know Geno at all?
Not prior to this. I actually met him earlier. Obviously, we know of each other, but didn't really meet him. But yeah, I talked to him today. He was just a cool guy. Obviously, he's a South Florida guy, and his cousin played on my team. So yeah.
How much do your track background also help you in your football career?
Definitely. I feel like it helped me a lot. Any high school player, I would suggest them to run track as well. Obviously, playing a defensive back position, you're not always going to be in good position, so you definitely have the speed to be able to make up for that.
What was it like going against Jeremiah? How much do you think both you guys probably helped each other?
Yeah, like I said earlier, going against top caliber guys like Jeremiah Smith kind of prepared me for this level. Obviously, I consider him one of the best in the game, so I feel like when I had that at high school, it definitely prepared me for this level.
What about just going up against being in South Florida and just the talent pool there too as well, prepare you for this moment? Yeah,
it definitely prepared me. Growing up at a young age, playing football since I was 4 years old, it's a lot of great guys who come out of South Florida because they start young and they obviously have the talent. So it's just iron sharpening iron growing up, and it just molds you into this player that I am today.
What was last year like for you at basketball school, and then you guys go on this crazy run, and just it was like, wait, Indiana's about that? Like, what was that just whole experience like where you just go to the right?
It was a great experience for me, once in a lifetime experience, to go undefeated when nobody expected us to win. It was just great, just learning from Coach Ignetti and the defensive coordinators for the past 2 years, actually, and just turning that whole program around. It was just a blessing just to honestly be on that team, and like I said, once in a lifetime experience.
What were the matchups like with Omar during practice, and could you ever believe that, hey, back in Bloomington, that we were going to play non-NFL together?
Yeah, the matchups with Omar when he did go on the outside, it was great, actually. Iron sharpening iron, another one of those guys who got me better. We would go back and forth in practice, and he was a part of who made me better and who I was as a player. But it's been great, honestly, just having him. But if I would have imagined we were playing on the same team, I never would have told you we were going to the same NFL team. Honestly, I couldn't imagine that.
What is he going to add to the offense, Omar?
He's a dynamic player. He's a guy that can catch the ball and create yards after the catch. He's a guy that can go up and get it as well. So he kind of has that dynamic twitch to him as well. So he can do everything basically.
When you were coming out of high school, were any of the Florida schools interested?
Out of high school, no Florida schools were interested. That's the crazy thing about it.
How do you explain that? I understand that they were concerned about the size a little bit. FIU, FAU, nobody?
Not FAU towards the end, but I was already committed to James Madison. So
Then
yeah.
when you played great at James Madison, did the U call? Did all those schools want you in the portal, or?
Yep. Right after my season in James Madison, yeah, I got calls from the U, mainly all Florida teams except Florida. But yeah, the U actually came up to visit me at James Madison at one point.
What do you want to accomplish this weekend?
You said what I want to accomplish?
Yes.
You know, man, just being myself, getting to know the guys and getting to know the scheme better, and just going out and put my best foot forward.
How did it feel to get out there on the grass?
I mean, you know, football been away from us for about 3 months, so it felt good, you know, just going out there running around.
What have been your interactions with AG and just the rest of the coaching staff now that you're here?
I love AG, you know, his energy, you know, what he want me to do and what, you know, he need me to do. So that relationship we going to continue to build and, you know, just move forward with it.
What about Carl Dunbar? He's a very well-respected defensive line coach. Have you had many interactions with him yet?
Oh, yeah, you know, with practice and everything, you know, I've been talking to him throughout the process. You know, he's a great dude. He reminds me of Coach Odell from Coach Florida State. You know, he's a great dude, a great coach, and I know he can get me to that next level.
What is your relationship like with AZ Thomas, and how helpful has he been to you for this?
When I got drafted to the Jet, you know, he was one of the first ones to call me. So, you know, he's just making it easy on just going through the process and you know what they expect.
For a guy who dominates on the field with physicality and size, what do you get out of a camp like this where you really can't do too much of that?
Yeah, your technique, you know, fundamentals. You know, you can't get bored with the little details.
And how much of a challenge is it for a defensive lineman as far as you're to try to keep your head level down? What do you do to work on that?
I mean, we hit the pins to stay low, you know, but it's a challenge, you know. I'm 6'6", so, you know, it's a challenge that I work on every day.
Did you face Klubnik a lot in the ACC, and what was your impressions there?
Yeah, I faced on, you know, just competition. You know, Florida State and Clemson are a big rivals, so it was a great competitive game with us.
Can you take us through your journey, a few different schools and a few, you know, different detours along the way? Can you just describe that journey, the college journey you had?
Oh yeah, it was amazing. You know, I wouldn't want to do it no other way. You know, I went to Maryland first. You know, I had a great experience out there. Then I went to Miami. Then I went to Florida State.
You mentioned playing against Collegiate, so just kind of what are your thoughts just playing against him, the type of player that he is?
He was a smart player. You know, he know what he's doing, and I feel like he led Clemson to a great team. You know, they had a down season, but you know they did what they had to do. I feel like he's a great player and a great leader.
Did you know Inez Cooper before here at all?
Inez?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I was at Miami with him. You know, so we always been competitive on the football field, and you know, we joke in the locker room. So that's my boy.
Those must be tremendous battles, the size and strength you guys have.
Oh, yeah. You know, we be talking, we go back and forth, you know, we talk junk to each other throughout, but we have fun with it.
What can you tell us about him as a player?
Who, Coop?
Yeah.
Oh, when I play, you know, he physical. You know, he talk trash a lot. He work hard and he play hard. So that's what I love about him.
Are you a trash talker?
Yeah, especially with Coop.